My mother-in-law sent someone to make me snap in public. She sent the kid who bullied me. I was sitting in the front row of the bleachers watching my daughter warm up for her soccer game when the metal bench creaked and someone sat down right next to me. So close our shoulders were almost touching. I could smell cheap cologne and something about it made my neck prickle. "Long time no see," he said. I turned and the noise from the field just disappeared. It was Troy. The last time I saw that face, he was standing over me behind the gym while blood poured from my nose. My wife and daughter have no idea that part of my life exists. He was smiling at me like we were old friends. "What are you doing here, Troy?" He let out a little laugh, like my question was adorable. "Relax, I was just in the neighborhood and thought I recognized you." I did not believe him for a second. He nodded toward the field where my daughter was stretching. "She your only kid?" My whole body went stiff. "How do you know I have a daughter?" He just smiled and looked me up and down. "Lucky guess. You've got that tired dad energy now." The way he said it made my skin crawl. He leaned back and crossed his arms like he owned the bleachers. "She's got your build. Let's hope she doesn't turn out like you did." I could feel my hands starting to shake, but I kept them flat on my knees. He kept bringing up old lies, things I never did, and each time I pushed back, he would roll his eyes and say, "That's not how I remember it." Then he leaned in so close I could feel his breath on my ear. "Does your wife know who she really married?" He whispered. "Does your daughter know her daddy used to cry and beg me to stop?" I looked him dead in the eyes. "Shut your mouth before I shut it for you." He laughed, still so sensitive. Then he tilted his head toward my daughter. "I wonder what your little girl would think if she knew what a coward her father really is. Maybe I should go introduce myself." Something in me finally broke. I grabbed the front of his shirt and pulled him toward me so hard I could hear the fabric stretch. "Say one more word about my daughter." The parents next to us went quiet. Troy just looked at me with that same smirk from high school. "Go ahead," he whispered. "Let everyone see who you really are." That is when it hit me. He wanted me to swing. This whole thing was a setup. I shoved him back and walked toward the concession stand. When I looked back a few minutes later, he was gone. I scanned the crowd and spotted him walking behind the bleachers. Then I noticed my mother-in-law, Greta, was not in her usual seat in the top row. She was walking in the exact same direction as Troy. My hands were still shaking, but now it was not from anger. I come around the corner and freeze. Troy and Greta are standing face to face in the shadow of the bleachers. She has a stack of cash in her hand. "He almost took the bait, but he walked away," Troy says. Greta rolls her eyes. "I did not pay you to almost get a reaction. I paid you to prove he is not good enough for my daughter." My ears start ringing. I step out into the open. "Prove it to who, Greta?" They both spin around and Greta makes this sound like all the air just left her body. The cash slips from her fingers and scatters across the grass. She drops to her knees trying to grab the bills, and I just stand there watching the woman who called me son crawling in the dirt for a fistful of 20s. Troy backs away with his hands up. This was all her idea. I take a step toward him. "If I ever see your face again, I will finish what you started." He practically runs to the parking lot. Greta gets to her feet clutching crumpled bills with grass stained on her white pants. She lifts her chin like she still has the upper hand. "I did what any mother would do. I have every right to protect my daughter from someone like you." "From what?" She opens her mouth, but nothing comes out. I hear my name and turn around. My wife is walking toward us. She looks at the cash in her mother's hand and then at me. "What is going on?" I tell her everything. Her mother paid Troy to torment me in front of our daughter, hoping I would snap. My wife stares at Greta. "Tell me he's lying." Greta scoffs. "You'll thank me one day." My wife takes my hand and we walk back to the car without another word. Greta called 11 times that night. My wife did not answer a single one. She always said her mother treated me like family.